Good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. Today is A Day. Attention Spanish Club members. Please check the Google Classroom for the Spanish Club using the code number that is assigned before to appreciate the diverse Spanish culture.
Of course you weren't.
Sorry, Mr. Blake, I'm late.
No, go back outside. I need to talk to you. Why are you so late and where did you come from?
I'm late because I came from the cafeteria.
You can't be doing that. It's school rules. You have to have a pass.
The Colonnade Magazine is looking for student work for the annual publication. Please submit your poems, short stories, plays, or your photographs, artwork, doodles to the Colonnade advisors, Mr. Waltz and Ms. McCurdy. Feel free to contact them with any questions at rwaltz@nscsd.net or vmcmccurdy@nscsd.net.
The Empire program will run on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:20 to 3:50. There is no busing yet. Please see Mr. Cruz in 264 or Ms. Salisbury in the main office for information and schedules. Seal of Biliteracy in room 213 with Ms. Van Reyes or Ms. Mendez. Music will be in 258 with Dr. Carroll. If you already registered, report directly to these rooms upon dismissal. Other activities will be announced soon.
The Poetry Out Loud competition is a national organized program where high school students are scored based on their skill of memorizing and performing selected poems. The two highest scoring students from NFA Free Academy will have the opportunity to compete against other Hudson Valley students at SUNY New Paltz in January. Winners on the regional level proceed to the state and national level for a chance of winning some of the $50,000 prize money that is awarded during the finals. The NFA Poetry Out Loud competition to determine the two local winners who will win the honor of continuing to the regional competition will be held on Tuesday, December 21st. Interested students should see Mr. Walls in room 143 or Mrs. McCurdy in room 273 for a list of approved poems as well as the rules and regulations for the competition.
To our students, you must have your ID with you and visible at all times. This will be various security checks throughout the building where your ID will need to be presented if you are in the hallway after the bell. If you do not have your ID, you will be detained.
Hey Seth, how was your weekend? My weekend was good, Ralphie, but I'd appreciate it if when you spoke to me, your mask was above your nose.
Like this?
Exactly like that. Thanks, Ralphie.
Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Good morning. I'm your host Declan Welling with this week's Game Clock. The varsity football team lost to Carmel 47-13, ending their season as OCIA semifinalists. Now is the time with winter sports, with boys swimming and diving starting their season on the 7th with a home meet against Washingtonville. In professional sports, it is MLB offseason, and the Mets have signed pitcher Max Scherzer to a 3-year, $130 million deal. This breaks the record for the highest annual salary in the MLB. Contrary to this, the Yankees have had a quiet offseason. The Golden State Warriors have started their season off great. They are one of 20 teams who have done this good in the first 20 games of the season. Both the Jets and the Giants won last weekend, and the Jets broke a 3-game losing streak. It has been 9 months since Tiger Woods' serious car crash, and recently he announced that he will never reach the point that he was at in his career. Lionel Messi was awarded his 7th men's Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or is considered by many the most prestigious soccer award. Thank you for watching Game Clock, and Mello dropped 18.
The history of Australia refers to the history of the area and people of the Commonwealth of Australia and its preceding Indigenous and colonial societies. Aboriginal Australians are believed to have first arrived on the Australian mainland by sea from maritime Southeast Asia between 40,000 and 70,000 years ago. The artistic, musical, and spiritual traditions they established are among the longest surviving such traditions in human history. The first known landing in Australia by Europeans was by Dutch navigator Willem Janszoon in 1606. 29 other Dutch navigators explored the western and southern coasts in the 17th century and dubbed the continent New Holland. Macass and Trepangers visited Australia's northern coasts after 1720, possibly earlier. Other European explorers followed until in 1770 Lieutenant James Cook charted the east coast of Australia for Great Britain and returned with accounts favoring colonization at Botany Bay, New South Wales. A first fleet of British ships arrived at Botany Bay in January 1788 to establish a penal colony. In the century that followed, the British established other colonies on the continent and European explorers ventured into its interior. Indigenous Australians were greatly weakened and their numbers diminished by introduced diseases and conflict with the colonists during this period. Gold rushes and agricultural industries brought prosperity. Autonomous parliamentary democracies began to be established throughout the 6 British colonies from the mid-19th century. The colonies voted by referendum to unite in a federation in 1901, and modern Australia came into being. Australia fought on the side of Britain in the 2 World Wars and became a long-standing ally of the United States when threatened by Imperial Japan during World War II. Trade with Asia increased and a post-war immigration program received more than 6.5 million migrants from every continent. Supported by immigration of people from more than 200 countries since the end of World War II, the population increased to more than 23 million by 2014 and sustains the world's 12th largest national economy.
I'm Linda Romano, and I am the health science teacher at NFA North, and I'm going to tell you about range of motion exercises. When someone is bedridden or someone has had surgery, they can't move around as much. We want to make sure that the muscles are well exercised. Your muscles contain a lot of red blood cells which provide oxygen to the other parts of the body, and it also provides some warmth. When a muscle does not receive exercise, it will thin, it will get smaller, called atrophy, and it will waste away. So someone who normally can get up and walk, once they are bedridden for a period of time without exercise, would not be able to do that after. So it would involve either intense rehab or they will be totally bedridden. So as a nurse aide, our nurse aides and physical therapy would provide range of motion exercises. One of the exercises is range of motion to the shoulder. We take that the shoulder through a point of exercise, things like abduction, adduction, flexion, and extension. So with abduction and adduction is simply taking the body part away. So you can do it also with other parts of the body, but for the shoulder, we take the arm away from the body for the abduction, and we always remember it by abducting. When someone is abducted, they're taken away, and then we add it back to the body, adduction, ADD, adduction. We do 3 repetitions, but sometimes exercise might involve more. The next exercise for the shoulder would be to take it through extension and flexion. And basically extension is just raising it up as far as it can go and then bringing it back down. Again, 3 repetitions of each. So the basic exercises for the shoulder would be abduction and adduction, flexion and extension. The next body part we would exercise would be the elbow. The elbow and wrist would be a simple exercise, same type of thing. We would put our hands on the joints, which would be the elbow and the wrist area, and we would basically take the body part, the arm, and bend it like this, and this would be the flexion, and then to extend it out, extension. And we would do 3 repetitions of each. With the wrist, or the hands would be relocated to support the wrist and the hand. And the wrist you would take through an extension, but it's called a hyperextension. So you're bringing it as far back as you can, and then flexion, bringing it as forward as you can. For testing, our students do not have to do the fingers, but that is part of a range of motion exercise, that you would take the finger and have the person do like this, which would be exercising each finger. But our students would not have to do that for their testing. The next set of exercises would involve the lower part of the body, which would be your hip, knee, and ankle. With the hip, you would do the same type of thing like your shoulder. So you would take it through an extension, so bringing it up, and then a flexion, bringing it back down. So that would be for the hip. We would support the knee and the ankle through that exercise. The next exercise would be for the knee, and that would be a flexion and an extension, and it's the same type of thing like you would do for the elbow. The flexion would be up, the bending, so with the knee it would be kind of bending it forward, and then extending it, kicking it back out. For the ankle, we do something called dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. The easy way to remember it is when you put your feet down, you're planting your feet down on the ground. So plantar would be bringing the foot down, and then dorsiflexion would be bringing the foot up. Again, we would support that ankle area and then hold the ball of the foot in order to maintain support for that area. 3 repetitions of each. Once again, these are just a very small amount of exercises that would be for range of motion. Other exercises are done by physical therapy, but for our CNA students, they need to know these basic exercises for testing.